Hello and welcome to Tools to Create a Better Life with myself, Glenyce Hughes. Thank you so much for being here. I am so incredibly grateful for each and every one of you. So, for those of you wondering that are watching this on video, I have this beautiful dress on and I read up on it, and it's from a painting. So this person painted this beautiful painting and then they made it into a dress. It gave me lots of inspiration for some of my paintings because, oh my gosh, I just love it. I just love it. All right, what are we talking about this week? What information is your pain giving you? Yes, I know, it's a big topic. So I just completed my very first VIP, Changing Your Body with Your Body VIP day with a client. It was freaking phenomenal. I'm so inspired and grateful, and how does it get any better than this? And it went totally different than what I had in my mind, which that's always what occurs, because you get a plan, and then when you're willing to follow the energy, it can change and be even more magical than what you considered. And so with this person, they had a lot of things going on with their body. And what was interesting to me, not shocking to me, but interesting to me, was every one of them related to something emotional, something from an experience of the past, something that somebody said, or even weirder, to some other lifetime that something had occurred. And it really got me looking at how often we distract ourselves with the pain, with the thing that we think it is. Here's the thing, guys, it's never the thing. Now, I shouldn't say that. If you were standing on a nail, probably removing the nail, that's going to be a huge contribution to it not being painful anymore. So of course, it's not 100% never ever. And a lot of times, especially the things that we've been dealing with for a long time, because often what we do is we assume that it's something. So we assume that, so I'll use myself as an example. I assumed that my excess weight was me attempting to hide. Yeah, it wasn't actually. It wasn't. It was many, many things. I couldn't even probably tell you all the things it was. It was many, many things, but it wasn't me trying to hide. Now, for some people, that would actually be the thing. That would actually that would make sense and be lighter in their world. For me, it wasn't. I had a lot of interesting points of views about what it was. And then along with that, what it would take to change it. Yeah. And so what you want to look at with whatever pain it is, like what is the information your body is gifting you? Because your body is gifting you information. There's something in there that can give you an awareness to change it forever if you're willing to be that magical. Because that's what the other part is. Like, if you are doing it from the conclusion of, I have a sore back, so I need to go to the doctor and I need to get some pain medications, and then I need to see a chiropractor, and then I need to see a massage because that's the article that I read, that's what you're supposed to do, blah, 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 blah. It's not always like that. In fact, a lot of times it isn't like that. It really is this dance of communion with your body, of being willing to ask questions, being willing to be curious, and constantly destroying and uncreating the decisions, judgments, conclusions, computations, projections, rejections, expectations, separations, refined judgments of what you think it is. Yeah, so use this tool and let me know how it works out for you, but use this tool. So for every pain that comes up, whether it's in your body, in your bank account, in your mind, in your relationships, doesn't matter, all of the decisions, judgments, conclusions, computations, projections, rejections, expectations, separations, refined judgments that I have about this, I destroy and uncreate it all. Right, wrong, good, bad, all 9, POD, POC, shorts, boys, and beyonds. So you can shorten it. all the DJCCs, pissers, and RJs, because I like that acronym, that I have about this, and then you can destroy and uncreate it. And that is the clearing statement. Right, wrong, good, bad, all nine, 𝗵𝘁, 𝗁𝗵𝘁. It's the clearing statement from Access Consciousness. You can go to theclearingstatement.com for more information about how it works. But basically, it's a magic wand that clears all the stuff that comes up. Because what happens is when we have the thing, so with the weight and, one of the many things I had decided it was I was hiding behind it. And so in that decision, in that judgment, in that projection, and all the other ones, I would never, ever be able to change it. Because it's that harsh, that significant, that stuck energy of it, rather than, hey body, what is this? What is this body? What is this? But from a real kindness and a nurturing and a spaciousness, not a what is this body? What the hell's wrong with you? Not that. Yeah. So another tip, tool, whatever you want to call it here, is ask that. Whatever pain is going on in your body. Truth body, what is this? What is this body? You can also do, hey body, show me. Show me. Body, show me. Show me what you require different. Show me what you require us to be and do different to change this. Show me. See, now you're including your body in the thing, in changing it, and you're getting out of the acronym DJCCs, pissers, and RJs of what it is. Because if you think you know what it is, and then you take action to change it based on what you've decided it is, if it doesn't change within a few weeks, it's not the thing. It's not the thing. It's just that then what we do is we put more of our energy into spinning in that. Well, it's because I'm hiding, and if I shouldn't hide, and I'm so wrong that I'm hiding, and I need to stop hiding, and it was nothing to do with hiding. So body, what is this? Body, show me. And then be willing to hear it however your body is going to respond to you, however that might be. It can be through just having an idea pop into your head. It can be that. Or I shared this a few months ago when I was out running and I felt some tightness, and I was like, hey body, what do you require to change this? And in the next moment, the podcast I was listening to, which was about money, the person started, when I said, body, what's it going to take to change this? The person said, getting a massage. It was so clear. It was so freaking clear. And so it can be like that. It could be that you're scrolling through social media and all of a sudden you see somebody has something or is doing something or offering something, and that feels really yummy. Just don't do the logic with it. Don't do, oh, I've got a sore back, I need a massage. Because it could be that your body was asking you to have some orange juice. Who the heck knows? If we just stay in our awareness, stay spacious, stay present, and willing to ask the questions, you can change everything. Everything. Yeah. Now, I've had really good success with myself, with my clients also, at looking at what was going on when it started. So let's say you started having back pain. Okay, so what was going on around the time it started? It might not be the exact same day. It might be a week or two. It could even be longer. Could be a storing up of energy in that space of, if somebody, let's say, said something really unkind to you and you tried to make it right and you tried to justify it, and your body is, you're holding on to it. So your body's holding on to it and your body's like, I don't want to. And then it might do that for a while before it kind of goes, and then it shows up as pain or discomfort or something like that. And then it's like we go into the conclusion, not acknowledging it might be something else. So start looking at, okay, when did this start? What was going on? Not just what was going on with your body, but what was going on emotionally, what was going on in your bank account, in your relationships, like what was actually going on. And we don't want to make a story up about it. So you don't go, oh, well, that person got mad at me and it's because of them. And, I'll never be able to change it because it's not that. It's definitely not that. It's just to get curious. Okay, what was going on? Number of years ago when I had, I'm going to say, unexplained knee pain, and I was going to all sorts of body classes and different things, and I just kept, in the next class we'll get it, and blah, 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 had all these things until finally it got so bad I could barely walk. And I actually sat on, at that time we were living at the other acreage near Vermilion, and hubby had built me this beautiful deck right on the top of the hill, and it was just amazing. So I had to drive our garden tractor down to the spot because I couldn't walk that far at that point. And I sat there with myself, and myself, and I pretended I was my client. I was like, okay, if I was my client, what would I ask me? And that was the question that I asked. That was the first one. When did this start? What was going on? And so I went back, whatever it was, 6 months, 5 months by that point, and went, oh my gosh. And I totally got what had occurred. And it really was that energy of somebody had made a choice that I then solidified, and I tried to make their choice right, and I tried to justify it, and I totally ignored me about their choice. And my body was like, you know what? You have done this too many times, like no more. And I don't mean it was punishing me or anything like that, but it was just showing me this is not okay. Now, my body didn't mean that the choice the other person made wasn't okay. It was saying to me, you stuffing it, you pretending, you making it okay when it isn't for you, that's not okay. And that's the gift that it gave me. And it took me 5 months to really get present with it and go, okay, what is this? And what was going on? And it was just, as soon as I asked that question, I could just put on like, oh, that, and then boop, 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 to the point where I'm sitting, I don't know how many, half a kilometer, a quarter of a mile, whatever it is, from our house to this deck, and I had to use a garden tractor. And the week before that, hubby was pushing me in a wheelchair through the airport. That was the deal breaker for me, guys. It was like, no more. And what would it take to not get to that point? What would it take to be aware of the energies of whatever it is? Like whatever that is, because for each of us, it's going to be different. And what if we were willing to say what was in that moment? There's a song I've listened to a few times, well, over my lifetime, many times, but in the last couple of weeks, I've heard it a few times, and it's called Brave, I believe, and I'm sorry that I don't remember who it's by. It's a very popular song, fairly new in the past, I don't know, 5 or so years, and every once in a while, the words to that song will play in my head. Say what you want to say. Be brave, and it's that energy, and that's been a bit of a theme for me, we could call it, through my life, and really the willingness to actually just say, hey, this doesn't work, or that I'm upset with that, or just like have regard for me in that moment rather than try to make it okay. And that's just one of the ways. And it showed up as debilitating knee pain that I would have, like I said, unexplainable, not unexplainable. The body speaks so loudly if you're willing to ask it and commune with it in whatever way that is. So you guys hear me talk about this all the time. I'm always talking about communing. Ask, ask, ask. Wait for the response. Ask, ask, ask. Wait for the response. Take action. So with the knee thing for myself, like, yes, I got the emotional stuff of it, started clearing that, and it took some other choices. So I went on a specific diet for about 6 months. I did body processes, of course. I don't even honestly at this point remember all the things, but it was, yes, that emotional piece was the piece that was required to unlock it. And then there was also 6 months of, I'm going to say damage, but that's a really strong word, to my knees that did require to be shifted and changed. So that's another thing I've heard people say is like, oh, well, I cleared the emotional thing, but the other, the problem's still there. It's like, cool, okay, body, show me. Body, show me what we can be and do different to change this. There might be a different exercise plan to follow, or a different food program to follow, or a different meditation program to follow, or clearings to run, or sessions to have, or heck, come on over to my Changing Your Body with Your Body VIP days, because I'll be honest, they're awesome. Okay, so I've only had one so far, and by next week I'll have had a lot more that I can share, but it's so amazing what's actually possible when we're willing to really include our sweet bodies and ask our sweet bodies and not have the conclusion that it's something. Like if I would have concluded that the way to change my body was diet and exercise, it wouldn't have worked. Do you know why? And how I know that? Because I did that. I did that since I was 9 years old. And I don't mean I was on a constant diet, because there was lots of times I'm just like, nope, not doing it. But it was all from resistance. So that didn't really work out well for me either. So really this place of like, hey body, what do you require? And if you read all the diet books, they tell you low calorie and eat often. And what works for my body is don't even consider the calories and eat less often. So it's the timing of it for my body, not the amount or not the calories or any of that. It's just the timing. How often am I eating? Now, there's a lot of science behind fasting. And if you are interested, I do have a private podcast about my 5-day fast. I did one at the end of June 2021. And each day I recorded a podcast and then put it all together, but I didn't do it live because I didn't want anybody, like if my body asked to stop after 2 days, I didn't want to not hear her. So I just put it out into the world a couple weeks ago or a week ago or whatever it was. So you can find a link. If you're listening to this and you can't find the link in the show notes, just reach out to me and I'm happy to get you that link. It's free. The private podcast is totally free. You just need to opt in to get it. So for me, it was just different. It was different than what you're told here. And there is a lot of science behind fasting. I think I've said that already. And it doesn't matter. It's not about the science for my sweet body. It's about what works. And what'll work today is possibly not going to be what works tomorrow. So I've really, I really stay in question with my body to show me and show me and show me. Because I know that I've got, at this point, some DJCCs, pissers, and RJs about what works for my body. In fact, this last week, I spent, I had one of my nieces, my oldest niece, got married. It was such a beautiful wedding. Oh my gosh, you guys, I'm not a big wedding person, I'll be honest. Like, it's just never been a thing for me. And it was so beautiful. Like, it was so her. I've never seen a wedding so much the person's personality. So anyway, so we had, lots of yummy, delicious food and lots of yummy, delicious drinks, and then continued eating every day, 1 meal a day. And then for a few days, I ate 2 meals a day. And so kind of going like, oh dear. And I could really perceive myself with the point of view that because it's been so different from what I've been choosing, the scale is going to show that. So what I would do every time I was willing to be aware that I was going into that crazy is I would stop and I'd be like, hey body, would you like to gain weight? I'd get a no. And then what I would say, please override my insanity. There's no need for you to do anything that my mind is talking about, meaning the gaining weight or you're eating too much or you shouldn't drink alcohol, because in the past, alcohol is not, I will often gain weight from alcohol and all the things. I had all these interesting points of views, which that's all they are, interesting points of views. So another tool, guys, about, and I guess this is pain. Weight gain for a lot of people can be pain, is when you catch yourself with that point of view, that insane point of view, or a point of view that isn't what you would like to be, clear it. Everything this is, right, wrong, good, bad, all 9, 𝗵𝘁, shorts, boys, and beyonds. Because I was telling my body, every time I was thinking about gaining weight, I was telling my body to do that. That's all I was asking her to do that. Actually, I wasn't even asking. I was demanding that she do that. So then I would catch it and then I would clear it, which then gave her choice, which meant this morning when I stepped on the scale, less than what I was when I left. What? How's it get any better than that? What else is possible? Which really made me look at, like, these points of views I was really aware of. because everything was quite different. The types of food I was eating was quite different. The drinking was different. It was only the one night, but it was enough. And then going out, and then my other niece, my second youngest niece, spent 4 or 5 days with us. So her and I were going to the mall, and we were eating, both meals out. And oh my gosh. And so it was really loud in my world because it was so different. So I was really aware of the points of views, but then I wondered, with the scale going down, like being less than when I left for the wedding, which was the last time I had weighed myself, was like, holy Dinah, like how many points of views is, I'm going to say, kind of my normal when I'm doing the usual things. So anyway, some more points of views. For anybody who's new around here, the tool to use when you are aware of points of views. Interesting point of view, I have this point of view. Interesting point of view, I have this point of view. Interesting point of view, I have this point of view. Over and over and over. So you could be, let's say you're looking at chocolate cake and it just like, ooh, that seems really yummy to eat this chocolate cake. And then you go into, oof, I'm gonna gain weight. Stop. Interesting point of view, I have this point of view. Interesting point of view, I have this point of view. Interesting point of view, I have this point of view. Over and over until it changes. Now, it doesn't mean that you're still going to have the chocolate cake. You want to check in with your body, because remember, it's your body that's swallowing it and doing stuff with it. It's not you as the being. You as the being don't need cake. I know. What? How can I not need cake? You as a being, if you didn't have a body, you couldn't enjoy cake. So it's your body that's enjoying it. So make sure you ask, hey body, would you like some chocolate cake? If you get a yes, have some. Let your body tell you when it's done. So kind of, for me, it often will taste like cardboard. Now you could ask after every bite, you could take a bite, enjoy it, and then ask your body if it would like another one. You could do it that way. Or if you're willing to be present with it, then you would notice when it starts to taste not yummy anymore. And that's usually when your body's done. And it's a totally different space rather than operating from chocolate cake makes you fat. Interesting point of view, we have that point of view. Interesting point of view, we have that point of view. Interesting point of view, we have that point of view. Yeah, because what if we didn't have any points of views? What if we were willing to be aware of what our body was asking for, when it was asking for it, and enjoyed it without any additional insanity? Because those points of views are what creates your reality. Let me repeat that. Those points of views are what creates your reality. So you might be listening to this going, Glenyce, every time I eat chocolate cake, I do get fat. Your point of view creates your reality. Change that point of view and then commune with your body. So this isn't about change the point of view and then eat chocolate cake every day, all day. Your body probably would never desire chocolate cake every day, all day. So change the point of view and then stay in communion with your body. Make sure you're giving your body a voice about what it desires, when it desires it, so that it's a total, at least in my experience, honestly, it's been a total game changer. Yeah. So we've talked about, what have we talked about already? When you're having pain, you can ask, body, what is this? Body, show me what it would take to change this. Interesting point of view, I have this point of view. And then also checking in, what was going on when it started? Even if it was a car accident, even if it was you fell down and broke your ankle, like what was going on emotionally at that time? And it does, again, I know I've said this already, but I want to say it again. It doesn't mean everything is always 100% emotional. And a lot of times it is. And so much so that we don't pay attention to that part. We really we choose to distract ourselves in the insanity and the logic of this reality of, well, I had the car accident and now my back hurts. Okay, but if we look at it a little bit bigger, who created the car accident in the first place? Yeah, you, each one of us is the creator of our lives. Even if the other person was responsible for the car accident, you still chose to be there. You still chose to be part of it for something. Now, we don't ask it from that, like, why would I choose this? It's not that. The question, if you're willing to do it from no judgment and just curious, what was the value of choosing the car accident? Yeah, right, wrong, good, bad, all nine, 𝗵𝘁, shorts, boys, beyonds. Now, you might say, you know what, Glenyce, I woke up one day in pain. There was nothing that happened. Cool. What's the value of choosing that pain? And I know we don't like to hear that. I know we don't like to hear choose and pain in the same sentence. And the quicker that you're willing to acknowledge you as the creator of your life and your living, sweet friends, you will create magic in your life and your living, because you're no longer a victim. You're no longer saying, oh, well, this happened and that's why this is happening now. And all that does is put you as a victim. Because if you buy the lie that it happened, you're out of the game. You got to sit back and wait until something else happens, rather than going, wow, all right, what was the value of choosing that? All right, what's it going to take to change it? Which is the creator, being the creator of your life and your living. And there's nothing wrong with victim, and there's nothing wrong and nothing right with creator. They're just choices. And in my experience, because if you've been around me for a while, I've played with victim for many, many years prior to Access Consciousness, prior to me studying Access Consciousness. And that really is where I've created the most changes, when I acknowledge me as the creator of whatever it is, not from a judgment, just acknowledge it. What's the value of choosing this? And what's it going to take to change it? Whew. Right, wrong, good, bad, all nine, 𝗵𝘁, shorts, boys, and beyonds. Holy doodles, guys. Like, listen, you have got a lot of stuff to play with if you would like to be changing the pain in your life and your living, not just your body. So you can look at the money things, the relationship things, all the things, and ask and get curious about an interesting point of view, and all of it. All of these tools work on everything. Thank you so much for being here, sweet friends. I'm so incredibly grateful, and I would love to play with you in the Changing Your Body with Your Body VIP program. Yeah, it's freaking magical. So have a great week, and I look forward to chatting again next week.